G'day and welcome to Aussie Vision. We are going through our predictions for the semi-final number 2 post-rehearsal. Now we've seen some footage a little bit different from our pre-rehearsal.
Rehearsals change everything. We get to see how things are being staged, so we get a better idea.
Totally.
We've got a good idea of the 5 that we think are going to go sailing through to the final. Let's start off with the Netherlands, Dale.
Yep, bookie's favourite, and you know what? There's no issues here whatsoever. Look, in terms of qualifying, definitely.
No issues compared to qualifying.
Qualifying. When it comes to winning, that's another story for another day. But look, definitely through, no worries for Netherlands. We will be seeing you on the Saturday night, Sunday morning in Australia.
We'll also be seeing Sergei, we think, from Russia. Again, good concept. This seems like there's no problem here.
Totally. Bouncing back from the non-qualification from last year with this amazing performance, we're going to see more than one Sergei in the final, and he's definitely through.
Also screaming through, we think, is Sweden. I mean, it is the Melody Festivalen performance, but even better.
Yeah.
This is turning into a contender, to be honest. But that's, again, a conversation for another time. This is going through to the grand final.
Totally. I think the first time I saw this in the semi-final, I already saw it in the grand final. And there's no worries here. Straight through, a breeze for him.
Totally. Azerbaijan. How can we stumble on Azerbaijan? This has probably been, from all accounts, one of the most stunning of the stagings being presented so far in Tel Aviv. So Shingers, bang, tick, 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 you're through, mate.
Yeah, and I was a bit worried about his vocal. It sounds good enough. The staging is fantastic. Not a problem. Straight through again. Bouncing back from their first non-qualification last year. Sorry to rip the scabs off from myself.
Thanks
from
for
last
that.
year.
I'm going to say shock semi-final winner from Azerbaijan. Let's go for the last one that we're saying is sailing through, and it's one of your favourites, Dale. Switzerland.
Look, I have to admit, I'm starting to like the staging of this and the performance of this. I hate the song still. I really hope it doesn't do very well. But they've brought it, they've done a good job of it. And what could have been, with a very bad performance, a flop in a very tight semi-final, he's brought it, he's straight through, not a problem whatsoever.
Totally agree. Ticking all the boxes at this point. So I guess the next level we want to go down to is this should get through, and we're fairly confident it will. But it needs to get over the line, and we're talking Norway here.
Yeah.
Can't say I'm overly impressed with what they have as a concept, etc. It all sounds a little ho-hum. This is a song you should be going all out on, and I see them going half-paced. So I still think it'll get through. It's got no jury love, but I think it should have enough fans vote for it to get through to the final.
They changed their colour use in the second rehearsal, and that really worked. I think the first colour use was awful. They were taking themselves too seriously. Ham it up, cheese it up, and that big blue looked really good. More Northern Lightsy. I'd rather see green, but doesn't matter. It is coming together enough of what will be a very popular song with a lot of people across Europe, because it's a bit of a Euro banger.
It is.
And I feel like it's too much of a Euro banger to not make the final, and I think it should get enough televote love, even though the jury will be quite low. But I tell you what, Michael, if it didn't make the final, would you be shocked?
Wouldn't fall off my chair.
No, I wouldn't either.
Because ultimately you're right. It's got no jury appeal, so therefore it must get televote appeal. And this is a pretty pleasing semi-final. So if it starts to fall to the lower end of the 10 on televote, all of a sudden, it's in trouble. So.
Yeah, okay. Well, then after that, I mean, that's 6, and after the 5, it gets a bit of a struggle here. And then we're moving into the fact that we have 4 positions left. You can make a case, I think, for 8 or 9 songs here, but we have narrowed it down to 6. And when we narrowed it down to 6, we really felt that there were kind of 3 groups of 2. They were kind of battling for the same thing, weren't they?
Pretty much.
So we kind of felt like whoever wins this battle will get through. And we'll tell you what we mean as we go through. Though that 6 plus 3 equals 9, so there will be a lucky loser out of this.
Yes.
Wait and see. So let's start off with Malta versus Armenia. We feel like these are battling for the jury result, because we don't see a televote winner here.
I agree. Both of these performances look like they're falling a little bit flat, which won't really appeal to the televoters, so therefore this needs to be a jury vote in order to get that spot. So we are Malta versus Armenia. Who are you making a case for?
Look, I have to say that I would say Malta in terms of the song itself. I think it's more contemporary. I feel like Armenia is just kind of like she does a good job of it, but the song, it feels a bit flat for me. And I think Malta's just got a bit of pizzazz around something that I could hear on the radio now, and she's a great performer.
Look, I agree. Juries sometimes do go for the more modern radio things. Malta is plagued by problems once they've hit the ground at Tel Aviv. I'm sorry, Armenia is a jury song. She is slaying that vocal. It is huge. I'm not exactly impressed by the staging, but I think Armenia is jury bait. It probably end in the top 5 for me as far as jury songs go. So thank you, Armenia. I'm on your side on this occasion.
Is it more than the vocal though? Like, I mean, I see where you're coming from with the vocal with Armenia, but is that enough to beat the song? Because I mean, Michaela's a great vocalist.
I don't think she's got a bad song, and I also think she gets to show off her vocal more than Michaela does. Michaela has to dance around and do something. I don't think she's showing off her vocal. It is a decent song, don't get me wrong. It's very symphonics, it's very radio friendly, but I just think it's more jury appeal for Armenia for me.
Michaela has been struggling a little bit with the staging.
They've already hit a couple of hurdles, and I think they're struggling a little bit, Malta.
Can I change my mind?
No.
No, actually, I've changed my mind, actually. So the more I think about this, I think Armenia's vocal is pretty epic, actually.
It's amazing.
And what worries me about Michaela is the fact that she doesn't get to show it off. I think Armenia, maybe they might get the jury love on this one.
I think they might. I think they're going to get a lot of jury love. All right, should we move on to our next
move on.
battle?
I'll go Armenia. I'm going with Armenia. I'll go with Armenia.
We agree. So
we agree. Okay.
Good stuff. Let's go with our next battle. It's all about the vocals on this one. So we got Albania and North Macedonia. I think they are going for the same spot.
Who are you going for?
I was always Team Albania until they hit the ground. Now I'm definitely on North Macedonia. I think Albania, you have disappointed me so badly in the staging. There is virtually no staging. They've thrown Jonida out there. There is no narrative to this. It is just her singing. I don't mind the dress, etc. But is it enough to carry you through? No, I think North Macedonia, you have the more evolved concept. You have the power. You have the vocal. I'm not a great fan of the song. I actually find it a little bit boring, to be honest. But also she comes second last in the running order. I just think she's got enough to get through on this occasion. And that saddens me to say.
But like, I mean, where's the connection of the song? Like, I just don't feel the connection between her and the song itself. And you've just gone through that second half, these big songs. Now, why I'm going to make the case for Albania on this one is because I'm picking them to get through out of this battle. And I've always liked Albania. I know I like Albania as a country. However, when I started looking at the numbers of this, you've got to look at the Albanian population across Europe. You've got 500,000 in Italy, you've got 500,000 in Macedonia, you've got 300,000 in Germany, and Switzerland, 100,000. These countries are going to vote.
That's fine.
No, just let me finish. These countries are going to vote for Albania, not only because it's Albania, but the song is a call to home. And her vocal's great, so she'll get a bit of jury love there. And I feel like there's about 5 or 6 countries out of this semi-final who are going to come for Albania in a big way, because Italy gives 12 points to Albania pretty much all the time in a tele vote. So I think there's enough here, even though the staging is simple. You know what? Ugand had simple staging last year and he got through, so okay. I think she can do it.
Fair enough. You've given a great argument to the televote, but the jury-wise, I think North Macedonia's got a much better stage production. They are pretty much simpler.
A couple of mirrors.
Similar as far as they go, as the vocal go. So I'm sorry, the televote may give Albania some points, but the juries are going to favour North Macedonia, and they're still going to get some televotes. So I'm sorry, North Macedonia for me. You can stay on the falling eagle that's falling out of the sky.
Look, we really disagree on this, and we can see merit in each other's songs.
Oh, totally.
However, I just kind of feel that disconnection with Macedonia. I feel also the staging is not much more than Albania. It's not a very nice dress. It's pretty simple staging, a couple of mirrors behind there, like with a song that doesn't connect, a female empowerment song written by a bunch of blokes. Sorry, I'm not buying what she's selling, even though she's an amazing vocalist. Albania will get through.
North Macedonia will get through.
Okay, all right.
We're never going to agree on this one.
All right, let's move on to the next one.
Let's move on to the next one. And it is the forces of light versus the forces of darkness. And this is an odd one. Can I start off?
Yeah, you can.
I never thought I'd say this. I'm going into the bat for the forces of light. Denmark, with their dreadful, awful, cheesy, saccharine song, will be going through to the grand final. This does nothing for me, this song. I hate the staging, I hate the sentiment of the song, I hate everything about it. But you know what? A lot of songs I hate get through to the grand final.
True.
And you can add this one to the list, I think. This does nothing for me, but I think it does a lot for other people.
Okay, well, I'm going in for the dark side, actually, which is unusual in our case. And the dark side is Romania. And I think the battle is between Denmark and Romania, and always has been kind of for these last couple of positions. These two are so kind of the same standard, but very different ways about it. I think with Romania, they've got a good package. Not an excellent package. They've got good staging. They've got a good song that will appeal to juries in a way, but not massively. And they've got a good singer who isn't amazing, but isn't bad. So everything's just very good and solid. And I think it's going to sneak through. The reason why is not necessarily on Romania's part. It's almost on Denmark's part, because I feel like the juries are going to kill Denmark off really badly, because the song is... They killed Zoe in 2016, and that was way better than this. So I think this is in the last few in the jury. And I don't think the televote's going to be high enough, where I think Romania could come 9th and 10th, or 10th and 9th, or 9th and 9th, and just scrape through. But I tell you what, it is the closest. This is the closest battle. This is like this much.
I really do feel like they're fighting over that 10th place, 9th and 10th place type of thing, 11th. Yeah. All right, so we're going to make a call.
Well, look, we've picked 3 winners each, so that means there's 1 spot left out of our lucky losers. Now, for you, it was between Malta, Albania, and Romania. Is that right? Yes.
Yep.
So who's your 10th?
I have to say Romania. I think that's the more compelling package.
Okay.
I think Albania has disappointed me so badly. And Malta, I don't know where your points are going to come from and your shoddy sort of concept. Yeah, I think Romania, I really do. So maybe the forces of darkness and light will come together.
So you're saying Malta is not going to qualify for the grand final?
That's my shock. I think Malta will not qualify for the grand final.
Do you think do you really think it's that messy?
I think it's on live support. I really, really do. You've got to look at it at jury score, televote score, and I just don't know where the points are coming from. I really do think Malta is not going to get through.
Okay, well, for me, it's between Malta, obviously, and Macedonia and Denmark. Now, the one I rule out straight away is Macedonia. I just don't feel it has it. I think that's, to me, the bottom of those two. It's close between Malta and Denmark. It's very close. I think there's jury appeal of Malta and there's televote appeal of Denmark.
Decisions need to be
I know, okay. I'm gonna go Denmark. I do actually worry about Malta. I'm really concerned, and I kind of want to. You're right. One like an OJ poll always misses out. This is messy. Who is coming for Malta? Like
who votes for Malta?
Yeah, like to me, is it 8th or if it's 8th in the jury and doesn't make 7th or 6th? That's not good enough. You got to make the top 5. And I feel like Denmark could get a higher. Could it? Anyway, I've made a decision. It's Denmark. I'm gonna have to stick to it. We're calling Malta to miss out.
We are.
You can see how much we're struggling with this. That this is a tight semi-final.
Very, very tight semi-final. Let's talk about some of the other entries that haven't made it. God, we got there eventually.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, one we're putting on kind of on the edge is Croatia.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of discounted it out of this discussion, but I'm sorry. This is not jury fodder, and this is no Jacques as far as a televote sort of thing. So I'm sorry, I can't see you getting through Croatia.
Tough semi-final. In another one, I think they could have had a chance. I love this song. Absolute guilty pleasure. There's something, he's got a great voice, and it's cheesy, and they've gone for the full production with this. It is very Eurovision. I love everything about it. I would love to see it get through, but I kind of agree with you. It's just not quite enough.
It'll be an honourable 14th place. Well done, Croatia. I'm going to say one I wouldn't have even put into the reckoning, but the staging looks like it deserves to be respected, is Austria.
Yep.
It was always a lovely song, and finally we've seen like a performance that can touch the heart. still not enough to lift that song, I don't think. That's my problem.
Yeah, same. I think the jury could come through this a little bit, actually.
I put it in the top 10 of the jury.
I can't see the tally vote coming through it. And even if it's in the top 10, I still see a lower top 10. So I'm feeling like 9th or 10th and then still 16th with the tally vote.
Yeah.
So, gone.
So there are a couple of honourable mentions, probably the dishonourable mentions. This is a terrible thing to say. Let's go with Ireland.
Yeah.
It's fun, it's fluff, it's getting very low jury score and very little tally votes. So
Just
that equals...
Yeah, a lot of good elements, just very disconnected. Just not really coming together for them, and I think that's a problem.
Well said, because there are things I like about this, but you put them all together and it's a terrible cake.
Yeah.
All the ingredients. And then we've got the last two. We've got Latvia.
Yeah, look, I've always been a fan of this song. It's just not giving the magic. It needed to elevate to another level, like a calm after the storm, and it's certainly not delivering that, unfortunately.
Sort of deadpanning, isn't it? It's
Unfortunately.
And the last one we want to talk about is Lithuania. I'm going to say I'm putting this in the top 10 for the tally vote because of the diaspora vote, etc. But this is no jury appeal. This is dead on arrival. Look, I can't stand
his
this.
voice has jury appeal, definitely, but the rest of it, you can see that I would say out of this whole bunch, Lithuania is probably trying the least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll get the least result out of it, I think, as well.
I think so, yeah.
But as I say, tally vote, it's going to be in the top 10.
Yeah, I don't think they'll come last.
Definitely.
We won't say who will.
All right. God, well, that's a fairly controversial top 10 we've just put together.
Look, I think the fact, you can see how tight it is, and there are big countries like Norway, Armenia, and Malta who I think we do think are in trouble. A lot of people will be surprised by Malta there.
Romania as well. I mean, they're in a bit of trouble.
They are, totally. I mean, I'm surprised, but we've had Malta out, but who knows? Okay, well, let us know what you think, and thanks very much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. Catch us on our socials. We're at AussieVision Net.
Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, obviously, and Instagram.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.